Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. I was going to show you a little stinker girl, but she decided to be a diva instead and take care of her messed up hair. Goodness. There are some days. Just don't know. Just don't know. Give me that foot. Give me that foot. She's silly. So anyway, it's beautiful, gorgeous morning this morning. Beautiful, gorgeous sunrise. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. Most definitely. I know it's Mother's Day. I forgot all about it, tell you the truth. For those of you who don't know, I lost my mom back in 2008. So I really haven't had any reason to, think about it or anything. So over the years, yeah, I have wished some people Happy Mother's Day or what have you from time to time, but as far as, buying gifts or anything, I haven't really thought about it or anything. So, if anything, it can be a little bit of a sting. So, yeah, because I always did something for Mother's Day. And, I had a really good mom. She was the best. Yeah, don't get me wrong, we had our issues, we had our disagreements, this and that and everything. Yeah, there was some issues or what have you, but all in all, yeah, she was the best, definitely. So, and I do miss her. I miss her a lot. But anyway, yesterday was a pretty good day. The couple with the turf situation came back. I didn't realize that they had when I showed up to work, I noticed that the carpet was gone. So I thought maybe it had been remnanted out. No, I found out they bought it last minute the night before. They had come back then. Well, then all of a sudden yesterday I got a phone call and they were saying that it was 2 inches too short. And I was like, okay. So yeah, I definitely got manager involved and so forth, because they were in hopes that they wouldn't have to bring it back, that they would just be able to get a new carpet cut, and then they just come and pick it up. And I'm like, no, the management, they're going to want the old carpet back. I already know that. Well, can you check? And well, before we do bring it back, are we going to be able to do an exchange or this or that and everything? I'm not entirely too sure how this is going to be handled and so forth. So, yeah, I'm going to have to get your name and number, and it'd be either me or one of them calling you back. But at that point, I explained to him at that moment I was with another customer, which I wasn't lying, I was. So anyway, long story short, spoke with the manager, she spoke with the supervisor, basically the ones that were on duty, told them both what had happened the night before and everything, and that's when I found out from my coworker that because he was right there when they came back and got it. And anyway, excuse me, manager called them back, said that yeah, they need the carpet, so on and so forth. They measured it. They did come in. They measured it. It was definitely 2 inches too short. So they cut them a new carpet. But, with a situation like that, excuse me, especially with with everything that happened, I mean, the whole thing just smelled of a scam, you know, especially with the conversation that happened between the manager and them on the phone. So yeah, the whole thing just smelled of a scam. It could be a very honest mistake, very, very possible honest mistake. I mean, yeah, it was an honest mistake on our part, or just the way that it was being everything was being presented on their side. Everything could have been on the up and up. Just the whole thing didn't feel right, you know. But then again, very possible it could have been a scam situation still, and maybe they had cut off those 2 inches themselves in hopes that, you know, we would send the carpet back to them, you know, let them still keep it or what have you. Now, but of course now their carpet is 2 inches too short. So, well, shoot, now we'll bring it back. But, you know, they could have still been hoping that we would let them still keep it or what have you. But, no. So, anyway, that's everything that kind of happened there. It was kind of quiet yesterday. I was in hopes that we would have a lot to do as far as, you know, everything that came in from receiving yesterday, but it looked like I went back there at one point to see if maybe I could help out or something. But it was pretty quiet, pretty dead in the store. I mean, it was okay for the day, you know, for a Saturday. I'm sure today will be busier, with it being the last day. You know, a lot of people yesterday were out grocery shopping and so forth. But, no, it's pretty quiet. But now, when I went back there, looked like they had taken care of most of it. So it was like, okay. So, I was pretty much going around and straightening things up and so forth. I was trying to watch one of my training videos and kind of got caught up with that situation, and also last minute wound up getting a couple that was interested in several tile samples, vinyl flooring. But they were well, you know, they had questions that they had, and they wanted to see about possibly getting estimates with having us install it instead of them. So I had to input each of the different tile samples and so forth, and unfortunately, of course, the store's closing, and I'm a little bit worried about going into overtime, you know, all this sort of stuff. So it's like, oops, sorry, you know, got to take care of the customers. So, but, and I don't think that my counterpart, I don't think he has learned how to do estimates yet. And he's more of an aisle guy, not a specialist like myself. So it's like, yeah. But yeah, it was pretty quiet, but steady, you know, kind of a steady night. But no, it's just, you know, I prefer it to be busy, like how it was the night before. I'm somebody who likes to keep busy when I'm working. Even when I was doing the ride sharing, I wasn't one of those drivers, excuse me, who, I don't know how it is in other places for the most part, but like out there in Vegas, you don't just get, when it comes to the airport, you don't get, for the most part, you don't get called when you're out on the road driving, you know, picking out, dropping off, picking up, dropping off situations. There's a staging area where you go and you basically sit in this parking lot, and you're in line on the app, and then when your number is called, basically, even though you really don't see what number you are in line or anything like that. But basically, when it's time for you to go, the request comes in, and then you go to whichever terminal it is. Otherwise, you could possibly get called over if the staging area, if the staging lot is empty. So sometimes that would happen with me. Especially, of course, when we have big events in town, like a football game or something like that, or more likely, not so much a football game, but concerts, big concerts held at the stadium or what have you. So anyway, but yeah, even in when I did the ride sharing, I wasn't somebody who could go and sit in that staging area and wait for a ride request. It just, that downtime, it drove me nuts, and it still does. It drives me absolutely batty. And even now, with working this job, sitting around waiting for somebody to come in, excuse me, needing help or what have you, it's like, it drives me nuts. Absolutely drives me nuts. I'm somebody who has to keep busy the whole time. I don't care. So that's one of the reasons why I like the idea of going back to, doing the deliveries, possibly doing ride sharing. Part of it, of course, is so that way I feel like I'm still moving forward, because I don't feel like I am with this. I mean, yeah, the pay's good and so on and so forth, don't get me wrong, but as far as, the downtime where I'm looking for things to do, and let's face it, you can only walk up and down the aisle straightening things up for so long. So, yeah. It was a bit quiet yesterday. And like I was saying, it's those times I just go absolutely batty, and I start looking for things to do. Fortunately, right now, because I've got actually several training videos. I thought it was, training things anyway. I've got several of them coming up due here soon. So I do have that to do. But still yet, it's a bit of a monotony. So, but, oh well. It is what it is. But we'll go this week, see if I've, start looking at cars, see if there's something that I like or what have you. And go from there, Maybe I can do it, like do maybe a few rides after work. I doubt before my days off, what have you. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. At least maybe try part-time, and go from there. And yes, I'm fully aware, bad neighborhoods, this and that and everything. Like, you should see where I went to school. Not the second degree, but the first degree. So, yeah, I'm fully aware of the situations and so forth. And I'm also have been told time and again about the riot situation that happened here several years ago, basically during the pandemic with that police situation. I don't remember his name. The gentleman who basically died during the arrest. So, not that I'm trying to drum up anything or whatever, but yeah, I know that's a little bit of a concern on certain people's minds and everything, but it's like, yeah, I know how to take care of myself too, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm used to it. It's like, well, this isn't the safety of Vegas. Are you kidding me? Vegas ain't safe. It's okay. in the tourist areas or what have you. But even then, over the years, it was the locals you had to be worried about with everything. But in more recent years, especially since the pandemic, with us attracting certain elements into the city because there for a while it was cheaper, but then everything leveled out, prices have been going back up and so forth, but still yet some of those elements are still coming here, or going there, I should say. I'm still in the mindset of being back there in several ways. But, so yeah, you do have to watch your step, and everything. But anyway, excuse me, still is more the locals that you have to be cautious of, when it comes, when it comes to driving and so forth. So, but anyway, you want to say hi? You want to say hi? She's just like, oh, mommy, give me love. I miss you, mommy. You miss your mommy? Oh, scratchy. I know. Yeah. He's such a widow stinker. But anyway, I have been kind of getting back into my yoga a little bit, at least doing some stretches in the morning. That has been helping a lot, but I do need to get myself a scale, like a bathroom scale, so I can see where I'm at with my weight. I know I have gained some weight, and I do know that I need to lose that weight. Yeah, not a good situation. So I'm going to work on getting that as well. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just, meow. My little Miss Meow. My little Miss Meow. But, yeah, I'm not, as far as going to the doctor, I am looking forward to going to the doctor this week. But I'm not looking forward to jumping on his scale to see where I'm at. Because I know I've gained a little bit of weight. It's like, yep, it's time for us to lose a little bit. So, yeah, oh my. Oh my. But anyway, definitely still having some little bit of issues with my sugars. I can't put my finger on what I should be taking. I know a lot of it that is happening is because of activity. It was a little bit quieter yesterday. Yeah, initially, before I left the house, yeah, I had bottomed out, quickly drank an Ensure before I went out the door. And I was okay until I had dinner. And I figure, okay, let me try and scale back how much insulin I'm taking, so I don't possibly run into an issue while I'm here. So I scaled it back to 10. In the past, I've even, with eating the same amount of food, I've even done 11. And it still winds up not being right. And sure enough, last night I took 10, went through the roof. It's like, this is ridiculous. So I went ahead, took my 15 real quick after everything was said and done with that incident. I went back, and it was after 9, so I needed to take my last 15 before I had to clock out for the night. But anyway, so yeah, I went ahead and took a couple extra units of insulin just to be on the safe side. So, but yeah, that just kind of threw me for a loop with everything. Can't win. Just can't win. Hi, how are you? She's like, Mom, you're supposed to be talking to me, Mom. such a big girl. You are. You're such a big girl. She's like, Mommy, what are you doing? You being a little stinker girl? Are you being a little stinker girl? Oh, such a stinker girl. I know. She is a stinker girl. And she knows she's a stinker girl. But looks like everything's working out okay with the AC units. It got it straightened around. Got it put into the window. So it's not sitting in front of the window. It's actually in the window. So it can do what it needs to do and everything. Got that straightened around. So that was good. It's not running too bad. I got it off right now because it can be a bit noisy. But otherwise, yeah, that's working out really good. And I'm just excited to be getting a car, so I can have a little bit of independence and everything. And then moving in a direction I want to be going to. And I was also realizing that, hey, I can, of course, go out and explore the state a little bit, and I can see about taking that trip over to Michigan, too. I would very much like to be able to do that. Yeah, I very much would like to be able to take that trip over to Michigan and see the old place, see the old stomping grounds and everything. I think it would be fun. I think it would be. So, we'll see about that. And that's another good reason to at least do some deliveries part-time. And that way I can start saving my money. I could buy, use it to get the things that I need so I can get my own place and so forth. But also, in that way, too, I could take those little vacations and everything, That would be awesome. Maybe be able to pay down some debts and so forth. Squirrel money away to buy a house, all those sorts of things. So, and I've never been somebody who's been afraid of hard work. I haven't. Just, I've gotten down over the last several years. Well, really the last couple of years. I've really gotten really down, Oh, and that was what else I was going to mention, too. I was really happy with getting out of work last night. I'd seen on the news that there was like a little brush fire or whatever that wasn't too far away. They, of course, have no idea how it got started or anything. But we are in a, with it being warmer, I think it was in the 80s yesterday. I think today is supposed to tickle 90, something like that. Today, tomorrow. To me, it feels great. Other people are just kind of like, oh my gosh, this isn't normal spring. It's too warm, this and that and everything. And I'm like, oh, I'm enjoying this because right now I'd be tickling hundreds. So if I was back in the desert, so it's like no big deal for me. If anything, this feels great. So it doesn't bother me in the least. Yeah, with coming out of work, I could definitely smell it. But we're all supposed to be getting a cold front through dipping in from Canada. And I guess apparently they're dealing with a little bit of wildfires up there. And we might get some of the smoke from that. So I'm like, I had heard that before the weekend came. And I'm like, oh, not this again, I smelled the smoke from that little brush fire, and it was definitely in the air, but yeah, really hardly any issues. Don't get me wrong, I've been having a little bit of an issue with some aromas, a little bit with like women's perfumes. A little bit issues with the laundry detergent or what have you, but as long as I keep wearing my mask, I'm doing okay. So just have to be cautious. So, but no, I was quite surprised last night coming out, and I definitely smelled it. First, I thought it was the wildfire, so then I remembered seeing that little brush fire on the news, and I guess smelled like it was still burning at that point. And it wasn't too far away. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, it definite issue, or not issue, but no issues or anything. So that's awesome. But otherwise, yeah, actually, it's an early shift for me today. I got to be in at noon. I'm working at 12 to 9 today. So, yeah. And then tomorrow, I don't have to be to work until 2. Yay! Get to sleep in, get a little bit of extra sleep tonight and everything. So, been making some progress on my sewing my dresser scarf. I've been working on that during my lunch. Almost done with the one side. So, yeah. And then it's like it's got 2 sides, and then it has, it's basically an ivy pattern. So there's like a string of ivy on the 2 sides, and then there's ivy leaves, individual ivy leaves that run through the center. And I still got that. I've got half of those leaves done before I flipped it around to start working on the other side of the dresser scarf. And I'm almost done with the other side with the ivy vine. And then I can start working on those individual leaves. There's like 12 of them. So, yeah, I'm getting there. I'm working on it. And I still got to send for all my stuff yet, too. Just trying to hold on to money right now. So, yeah. So I know it's going to be a little bit tough. And who knows if I decide, at least I'll have the option where if I want to, I can switch over to doing it full time. You know, but I like having my options. You know, and the main thing is I want to feel like I'm moving forward. When I'm sitting there stagnant at work, yeah, I'm still getting paid. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just bored. You know, I'm just bored. So it's all right. It's gonna happen. You know, it's gonna happen. So, anywho, and it happens too, you know, with doing ride sharing and deliveries. You know, you have those downtimes with those as well. You know, there's no perfect situation, but at least this way, you know, like if I need to call out or something like that, then, you know, and later if I'm feeling good or whatever, I can at least still recoup my money. I mean, yeah, I can do that. You know, I could use my sick leave that I have or whatever, but I'd much rather save that, if at all possible, for like when I really get sick, you know. So I'm sure it's going to happen. Especially with being a type 1 diabetic, it means I'm autoimmune deficient. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to need sick time when things come around. But it's really getting to be really beautiful here. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, I've enjoyed the natural scenery, but now everything is starting to get to be in bloom. The trees are filling out and so forth. Angie has a magnolia tree, a sapling basically, in the front yard. That's blooming. She's got a huge flower on it. I haven't seen a magnolia tree in, gosh, ages. I remember the last place I lived in Virginia, there was a neighbor behind us, like 1 block over or something, had a huge magnolia tree, gorgeous, gorgeous flowers on it, and big, huge leaves, dark green in color and everything. And it's I'll admit, with looking out a window and then seeing all this green, I'm used to seeing kind of combination, or if I do see green, it's usually palm trees. Who in the world came up with the idea of planting palm trees in the desert is beyond me. It's stupid, but oh well. But anyway, I guess because they do well, but they're not native, so. But I did ask her if we can plant dogwood trees, because I've always wanted a dogwood tree, a pink one, pink dogwood. And she's like, yep, we're in the zone for them, as long as it's a particular kind of bark. And it's like, okay, awesome. So I would love to have both the pink and the white, but I really would love to have the pink. So it's like, yay. I don't think I'd be able to have my mesquite tree. Definitely not in the right zone for that. Heck, I could always try. Maybe plant it now. I was thinking maybe I could plant it in a pot, but I don't think that would be a good idea. Bring it in and out, But I don't know. We'll see. As I do love those mesquite trees. They are so beautiful. But anyway, yeah, like I was saying, looking out the window and I see all this green, and it's like I'm kind of used to seeing trees being green, but not this green. And then on top of it, the green grass everywhere. It's still, I'm used to seeing, like maybe the green trees, but then somebody has desert landscape of some sort, whether it's rocks or just sand or whatever. It's kind of what I'm used to seeing. So it's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful to see. I love seeing it. And it's taken me a little bit, but that's okay. But yeah, things are settling down. Things are calming down in my life and everything. So I'm able to kind of get back and enjoy things for a change. A little bit drama here and there. A little bit of drama in life isn't that big deal. It's just the constant drama. That's a big issue. But I've been enjoying myself. It's been nice. It's been calm, relaxing. I feel like I can finally relax in life for a change. What I've been looking for, It's been a bit nutty. Don't get me wrong, in many ways I do miss Vegas. Vegas will always have a special place in my heart for me. But at the same point, this has been a good move too. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, congratulations to my boys, my Knights. Love it. They won the game last night, so it's now 1-2. So they got some catching up to do, and they got to win one more game to help tie it up. If they let the Oilers get that third game, that'll be tough. And I did watch the winning goal last night. Man, that was intense. That was a bit intense. You can see it out there on their IG page. It was a bit intense. Oh, excuse me, last night. So, yeah. They basically had to, the refs had to do a video call. Not, a call, but, they had to watch the replay to make a determination. But they determined that no, that puck went into the net. It bounced off, but it definitely was constituted as a goal. So real tense there. I know it was so funny, but Smith, he was just like, did it actually? And well, nope, it did. It's like, yeah, he was shot. Even, it's like, yeah, that was a really good goal. So it's like, all right. I know the fans weren't too happy, but nope. So, but that's okay. It's my boys. So, all right. Got another game. I think it'll be probably Monday night. Yeah, because he said it was last night, so yeah, it'll be tomorrow night. I know, love it, love it, love it, love it. So anyway, she's curled up sleeping now. Yeah. I should get myself moving, get her some food, and I gotta pack my lunch and everything. I gotta remember to not put my lunch bag where I've been keeping it, because I got it full of ants. Even when I got home last night, I was still finding ants. Of course, they were after my food. They didn't get into my food, but yeah, not a good situation. So, but and I've been taking Ensure, taking bottles of Ensure with me to work too, at least a couple of them. So then that way, if I need one, I'm covered. And I'd much rather take a couple, because I've been having problems right after I get to work, within like 45 minutes, with all the activity moving around and so forth. I've been needing to go back and drink one real quick. And then sometimes right after I have dinner, I've been needing one. So at least I have a couple, so I'm covered. But yeah, I'm taking those with me as well. And of course I have the glucose tabs with me. I have the small tube, and I've got that in my pocket. So I have it just in case. At least it'll help keep me a little stable until I can get back there and drink that bottle of Ensure. Because unfortunately the glucose tabs, they'll spike you, but you need that protein to help stabilize. So, and once you go through that spike, you're sinking right back down again. So just something to keep in mind, folks, especially those who are diabetics and may not know the little tricks of the trade, basically. And I've lived with endocrine issues my whole life, and of course my mom was a type 1 too, so a lot of this stuff I learned from her. So, anywho, it is now just after 7, so I need to get moving. Mom, you want to say hi one more time? Say hi. She's like, Mommy. I know. I keep telling her, if you let me give you a bath, you'd feel a lot better. Yeah. Silly girl. All right, guys. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Love you.